All right, let's go to Lamu County, where police are investigating an incident suspected to be a part of terrorism activities in the area. A police vehicle is reported to have exploded after driving into an explosive device reportedly planted on the road. Ashamulu reports.
Little information has been made public about the attack, but reports are that Lamu County could have suffered further casualties from attacks by Al-Shabaab militants hiding in the vast forested area of that county. By Monday evening, few news outlets were reporting on an alleged attack in Bargoni area. A security vehicle said to have been ferrying civilians and officers from Ijara, Garissa into Lamu ran into what's believed to be either a landmine or an improvised explosive device. But security officials are yet to confirm the attack. Lamu's deputy governor remaining the only official to have spoken on the matter so far.
A place called Komoro, where we have a bridge. The officer found that the terrorists or the criminals and set up some landmine, which indeed really exploded, affecting the officers which were in the vehicle.
Reports are that the death toll could be as high as 7, a majority being civilians.
From reliable sources is that our officers have also been injured, but they also fought back, because after the criminals set up the landmine, they also moved some meters away and they laid an ambush. But some of our officers fought bravely. Some are yet to be recovered, but I believe they are still pursuing those criminals.
This incident comes just as security forces are piecing together the events that led to the latest attack in Mandera County. A group of armed men blew up the entrance to a residential building in Sokombuzi area and shot indiscriminately, killing more than 14 people. Even though security personnel appear to have gained more control of these troubled counties, these isolated incidents show clearly that the war on terror is far from over. Ashamwilu, KTN.
To shed more light into the situation in Lamu County, we are joined on phone by the Deputy Governor, Eric Mugo. Thank you for speaking to us, Mugo, and a good morning to you. Can you confirm what exactly happened yesterday in Lamu?
Okay.
Hello?
Okay. Mention that too.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please talk to us about what happened in Lamu yesterday.
Yeah, there was a police vehicle which was moving from Bozei to Windy Town in Lamu County to do some shopping.
Yes.
Because most of the time, the officers from Bozei do their shopping at Hindi because of the proximity. Now they found that the attackers had laid an ambush. And before the ambush, already they had set some landmines at a place we call Kwa Omolo. But so far, no casualty from the police end. Only there are no officers who are killed. They managed to survive and they fought back. But from the civilian end, who might be never understood what was happening, that's where we experienced such challenges. We lost at least 5 individuals, that is 2 kids and 3 adults.
And in terms of early on investigations, is there an indication of who this attackers may have been?
Of course, as we say, the Boni Forest is very vast, and there are none others but the Al-Shabaab themselves.
All right. And we've seen other attacks in this particular region. Your feeling in as far as security measures that have been put in place?
In these 5 counties over the last since April, we've seen terror attacks still happening, and so the argument was that curfews are not the solution is not the solution towards ending some of these attacks we're seeing. And if I can just bring you up to speed and recount some of these attacks in no particular order. Of course, we had the latest one where we saw 14 people being killed in Mandera, where Al-Shabaab raided residential homes. Their attempt was to kill about 150 people who resided there. And of course, we also had one of the worst terror attacks since the 1998 bombing, that is the Garissa University siege, which we lost 148 people. And it is from this time that the government imposed curfews on these towns. Now, for the curfews, the residents have kind of really, they're not supporting it at all, because remember, for instance, we have Garissa being a business hub, and having the curfew just sort of stops everything from happening, and people are making losses. They're not seeing any security changes. So for them, they just feel like the curfews and is not helping the situation. So they want the government to look for other strategies in terms of fighting these terror situations. Sophia.
Yeah, and on one hand, I hear you say that they'd asked for the lifting of the curfews, which was done ahead of Ramadan. But on the other hand, that they're now feeling exposed because those curfews are not in place. So what is it exactly now they want? Because on one hand, not too happy with them being in place, and when they're lifted, again feeling exposed. So what proposals are we hearing coming through?
What they want is safety. I believe, of course, we are seeing these different reactions because none of them knows what could happen tomorrow or what could happen within the next hour, because Al-Shabaab is always on the constant move to try to, attack this and this place or that. So they're kind of feeling that maybe the government needs to deploy more security personnel in the area. Remember that some of the concerns being raised by the leaders from this area is always that the police and the military there are kind of understaffed. And remember, this is a vast region, so covering all of it needs quite a huge number of personnel, which they say they're not feeling as if they're well secured in the area. So perhaps this could also be another way of, fighting the terror attacks.
Alrighty, and thank you so much for that update. Aryan Wafula coming to us from our city center studio.